Hello my sweets, it's Keisha. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. It's great to have you here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I'll be showing you how to make these super cute and easy no-sew fleece pillows. Perfect for Valentine's Day, or if you're like me, every day. So, the first project that we're going to be working on is a tie pillow, and I'm wanting to make it in a heart shape for Valentine's. So I'm going to be using, or I did use this as a template for the size and shape of the heart to use. And if you look at this, this is about a 12 by 12 relative, I guess, would be. So I have a piece of poster board here that I went ahead and did half of the heart because I just have a piece of poster board here. If you're so inclined and you want to, you could trace the whole thing on a poster board and do your pattern that way, or you don't even have to use a pattern at all. You could just totally freehand it. I'm a pattern girl, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the pattern. So I did trace it out, and I just made one correction here, and I just straightened out the line because it did curve a little bit, but that's no matter. After I traced it out, now I did add a 1.5 inch allowance to cut to make the ties, because I do want it to remain this size. So that's how I did the pattern, and I did have to add an extra piece here. You can see on the blue tape on the front I did the clear tape, but I did the blue tape on the back just so you could see I did have to add some on there to make it a complete heart. Anyway, we're going to set this to the side. And the material we're going to be using today is fleece blanket from Dollar Tree, and this is a 30 by 30 inch piece. So you want to be mindful of, if you're going to be using the Dollar Tree fabric, you just want to be mindful of the size of the heart you're going to use. I don't know if they brought these back. I did get these last February, or even in January, I believe. And they had this color and a blue one, and unfortunately I didn't get the blue one, and I wish I did now for Easter time. But anyway, you all might remember this one here, or this one came out shortly after. So these are actually pretty coordinating here for Valentine's Day, or even again for Easter. So I'm gonna go ahead and work with this pink and white one right now. And so again, you do have to be mindful as far as where you cut your fabric for the size of your heart. And so to not waste fabric, I'm going to open my fabric up here and then fold it back over on itself again. And then I'm just going to see if I folded it over enough, and I did. So what I want to do is get as close to the edge with the widest part of the heart without going over into the seam allowance. And that'll help have the least amount of waste as possible. So from here, if you're new to sewing, typically this would be a thinner piece, and you would pin down your pattern, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take it and cut it, and I'm going to cut it with a rotary cutter. If you don't have a rotary cutter, or you aren't comfortable with using a rotary cutter, you can also trace your pattern out. You just want to use a light color or disappearing ink pen, so that will not show up on your final product. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut this out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set this to the side. And then what I'm going to do is take the fabric now. I'm actually going to come on this side. And reset this up. Okay, so we're just trying to waste the least amount of fabric as possible. And I already know that I'm not going to be able to cut it in the same direction, because you can already see when I flip this up, it's not going to be enough fabric here. So what I'm going to do is, instead of trying to cut it like this, I'm going to flip it and cut it like this. So now when I flip it up, you see there's fabric here, and it's all going to be cut out. And I'm going to have hardly any waste of fabric here. And we still have, oops, excuse me, I'm sorry. We still have plenty of fabric left. Now, we may not be able to get another heart pillow this same size out of it, but you can most certainly do a smaller one or save it for another project. But we have quite a bit of fabric left there. Okay, so next, what you want to do is just put your pieces together, and you want to put them together so the right sides are on the outside. You really can't tell too much with these blankets. So, and the next thing you want to do is you want to have your sewing scissors, or your fabric scissors, excuse me. And what I did was I actually used this to help me get the slits in it, because I did use this to cut the pattern, this pattern piece. So all I'm going to do is just use this for my 1.5 inches, and I'm just going to kind of check it here to make sure that's where I'm at. And I'm a little bit over here, it looks like. Or maybe it was just a little bit bigger than 1.5 inches. There's 1.5 inches. Maybe it's just a little bit bigger, and that's okay. Okay, so, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So what you want to do is you want to start cutting your slits, and you want them to be at least 1/2 inch apart, or at most. You want them to be 1/2 inch apart, I should just say. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly on the nose, but that's, you know, what you want. And you want these to be, again, about 1.5 inches long, so you have something to hold on to when you get ready to start tying it. Now, you can always cut out your pattern piece if you don't have this wooden piece like I do. You can always cut out your pattern piece and put it on there, or you can just trace it, again, with a light colored pen or a disappearing ink. So you just want to cut this around here. Oops, it's a little bit bigger. And Fleece is very forgiving, so it's not gonna fray on you and look crazy. So when I get down to the bottom, what I'm going to do is cut straight from tip to tip, and then I'm going to come over here and cut two there, like with the triangle here and a triangle here, and that just helps the bottom be clean. So it's almost like you're cutting out a square on the diagonal, if that makes sense. Okay, so then we're just going to continue going around here, and when I get finished cutting these, I will be right back. Okay, so I've gotten everything, all of my slits cut. So the next thing I'm going to do is start tying it, and I'm going to start tying a couple of these up here, and you just want to do a regular knot, just like that, just this regular simple knot. So now that I've gotten a couple of those tied up, what I want to do is skip a few to be able to stuff it. So I'm just going to put my hand over here to act like I'm doing a fist, to be able to get my fist in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and start tying off where I know for sure my hand will be able to fit in there to put the stuffing in. Okay. And then I'm just going to keep tying them. This one is a good project, like if you have kids that know how to tie knots, or like a teenager that would want to do something like this. This is also just, you know, cute little decor for holidays. So I'm going to continue tying these until I get all the way around. Okay, so I'm done tying the pieces together, and it's looking kind of crazy right now, but we're gonna go ahead and get it stuffed. And I have some stuffing here from a pillow, an old pillow. You could also use polyfill. Polyfill is rather expensive. I've heard of people actually going and just purchasing like a body pillow or pillows from Walmart, and it would be a little less expensive than using polyfill. Again, old pillows that you have, like the bed pillows or just anything kind of old that you can use. And we're just going to go in here and stuff it, just for money saving than purchasing polyfill, because that can get rather expensive. I mean, you do get quite a bit of it, but if you don't do that many projects that require stuffing, then you really don't need to go out and purchase a big bag of polyfill. So we're just going to go ahead and stuff that, and you want to, because you see how it's kind of packed in from being used, you just kind of want to pull it apart just to kind of fluff it back up, and that'll give it new life when it's going into your new pillow. Now that the pillow is stuffed to my satisfaction, I'm going to go ahead and finish tying it off. So it's just the same way you were going around. I'm just going to continue going around the same way and finish out these ties. There's our cutie little pillow. And here's two coordinating pillows go along with it. So very easy to make, very quick to make. I think this took me, after I got the pattern done, it probably took me for this pillow maybe about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. No more than 45 minutes for sure, but something quick that you can put together for just easy, quick decoration, and it's cute to boot.
If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and leave me a comment below. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, love, inspire, create. See you next time.